Happy Saturday, friends! After my previous post on GLP-1, I received so many messages, emails from friends, from you guys, from other people, with more questions like, which one is the best? Should I take the drug? Should I not take the drug? What other ways would work for me to boost my GLP-1 levels? So I kind of wanted to jump on this because I know there is a lot of good information out there about GLP drugs. Not so much about the bad stuff, and I kind of want to highlight some more of those effects that really nobody talks about. Let's go back a few steps. In America, we know obesity is a big problem, diabetes, and shockingly, it's really about 75% of the adult American population that has an issue with being overweight, meaning a lot of these people are actually obese or morbidly obese. The blooming solution right now are GLP-1 drugs injections, and there are so many out right now, really blockbuster drugs that hit the market that make billions, and it's pushed from everywhere, the media, the companies, the doctors, and yeah, it's really confusing because everybody talks about how great this drug is, but nobody mentions anything bad, really. Some of those drugs that you might have heard of are Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro. There are others like Trulicity. Are so many out right now. And yeah, some of the information that we know, especially me as a researcher, I went back a little bit more into the literature and the mechanism of action of these drugs that I would like to share with you. Why or what are some of those informations that are not shared with you? GLP-1 agonists are drugs that contain the GLP-1 analog, meaning your body naturally produces GLP-1, which stands for glucagon-like peptide. So naturally your body produces it, and it's produced in the so-called L cells in your gut. But the drug itself is highly modified, highly chemically modified to make it more stable, more to increase half-life, to increase even potency. And it actually works through 5 major mechanisms. The first one is it increases insulin production. So that means it lowers blood sugars after a meal, especially if they're carb and sugar heavy. And this happens through the pancreatic beta cells, which are the cells that produce insulin. Another mechanism is that it lowers glucagon. That means it lowers blood sugar overall. Then the gastric emptying time is slowed down significantly, which makes you feel fuller and longer full, so you don't really feel like that you're hungry, or you can eat again or more of what you were just eating. It lowers the appetite. It does act on your brain as well, telling you I'm full, I'm not hungry, so I don't eat. And then through direct effects on those pancreatic beta cells that I mentioned just before, so they produce even more insulin. This is just overall very simplified what the mechanism of action of these drugs is. And this is exactly where the problem starts. So in general, people that are obese, that are diabetic, that are overweight, but also some people, especially in the American population, have this so-called insulin resistance. That means due to carb-heavy, sugar-heavy meals, their body starts producing more insulin because the cells in the body don't react to it anymore. So it's a negative feedback loop. I don't really react to it anymore. So my pancreas actually has to produce more insulin. So that's getting higher, but your cells actually reduce their response to it. And so this problem can actually be aggravated by the fact that giving GLP drugs at such high amounts, your insulin production is going up even more. This is not solving the problem because you are increasing the insulin even more. You already have increased levels. And your pancreas gets so stimulated that it eventually can potentially develop pancreatitis. This means your pancreas is going through inflammation, through so much stress, that it could potentially become a life-threatening event. So yeah, other problems that have been reported are just, as I mentioned, pancreatitis, because this is one of the major mechanisms. Then gastric emptying is slowed down. So that means your gastric, like your stomach, can actually really slow down so much that it gets paralyzed. It just stops working. A lot of people report they can't go to the bathroom anymore. They're so constipated. Their stomach feels full. It's just like, it feels miserable. Also, weight loss is, a lot of it is based on muscle mass loss, which ultimately also leads to bone density mass loss. And the weight that you lose, it is of course fat tissue, but it's also, a lot of part of this is really coming from your muscles. And you can look at these people, you can tell, like, they don't look healthy. Their body composition between fat and muscle mass is just so disturbed. It's not normal. Then thyroid issues have been reported, even cancers, visual issues, mental health problems. Then weight regain can happen when you get off the drug or when you're staying on the drug, even because that mechanism, that is this negative feedback loop, just can long-term make it worse, because your body just produces more insulin, which can make your resistance worse. There also have been a bunch of death cases reported, especially in the United Kingdom. I believe it was like somewhere close to 100 people so far. In the States, I know recently we heard about 3 cases. There might be more. I don't know. I have not followed up on this. But yeah, so why is this happening? So again, this is a quick fix. We have a problem. We have insulin resistance. We have obesity. We have weight management issues. So what we do is we give a drug, problem solved. This is, we're putting a band-aid on something, on just symptoms. But the problem is, we're really not addressing the underlying causes, the root causes, especially on an average American diet. We know diet is enriched in sugar, in processed things like starches, modified cornstarch, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, just super carb heavy meals. And when you compare meal sizes in Europe versus here in the United States, it's insane. So your body gets overwhelmed, develops insulin resistance. We just never address the root cause. And this can really long-term only work in a healthy way if lifestyle changes are made. These can be introduced by just step by step, because I know a lot of people are overwhelmed with change. They get anxiety attacks. But if we really address this from a step-to-step process, we can start introducing small changes and they're getting used to it. So yeah, GLP-1 drugs are used at a significantly higher dose of GLP-1 than your body would actually make. So why would that be a good thing? Like, your body is not made to make insane amount or handle these insane amounts of GLP-1. Why don't we go back a few steps and start working on the root cause? Again, as I posted last time, I gave you some options that are effective in helping you with healthy GLP-1 responses that are a more physiological level, but are effective as well, especially if you combine these things with lifestyle changes. So this will be a lot more effective and healthy overall, with a lot less side effects. I talked about Akkermansia muciniphila, I think it's called. So this is a strain of Akkermansia that is known to help your gut produce GLP-1. Then other natural ways are adding berberine. I think some people call it berberine. They exist as gummies, as pills, as other things. And my favorite currently is this GLP-1 support drink by Arbonne. It has this powder, or this complex, it's metabolite in it. It contains fiber. So in combination with this, it really supports your healthy gut bacteria. Your gut, the fiber is actually providing the bacteria with a good food, so they can work and help your gut make GLP-1. So there are natural options out there. It might not work overnight like the pills, but this is sustainable. It's healthy. It gives you and your body time in a healthy way, and you're not really supposed to experience all these bad side effects that the drugs actually can cause, because you will never reach all these insane levels of GLP-1. So this is kind of just in a nutshell a few of the things I would highly encourage you to keep in mind when thinking about GLP-1 drugs or supportive treatments. And again, as always, please feel free to message me, leave a comment if you have more questions or in general want to know more, want to have some more support, and I'm very happy to provide. I hope this helped, and I wish you all a very, very happy, wonderful spring weekend. Bye!